convened the first meeting of SOS. The issue of being against the war came later. These women were mainly against conscription as such. Our aims were that we were against conscription of overseas service. SOS was mainly a women's group. At its height, we had 500 people on our mailing list in Victoria. We had many more supporters. Some joined because they were politically aware, some because they were worried about their sons, and there were some like me with very young children, but who objected to the whole idea of conscription. Every month we were at the barracks. We had to get there at some ungodly hour like 5 a.m. for the intakes, and then we'd march around with our flag and wearing "Save Our Sons" sashes. We got continuous coverage in the media for 8 years for doing that. Our first arrest was under Bylaw 418. This was at the Richmond Barracks and occurred because we were becoming effective. Bylaw 418 was a Melbourne City Council bylaw, which said you weren't allowed to hand out printed information on the street. It had been on the statute books for 100 years, and nobody had ever been arrested under it. They started with us. We used to stand in protest at the city square after our monthly meetings, and they started arresting us there for handing out leaflets in the street. Of my 27 arrests altogether, about 17 of them were for breaking Bylaw 418. We just kept on and on making our protest, and they kept on arresting us. My other 10 arrests were for things like filling in false registration forms, which we would do outside the post office every intake when people had to register. We even had a Fill a Falsity party here one night, which Channel 7 and Channel 9 covered, while we all sat here filling in false forms. Bylaw 418 was in the end repealed. This was a campaign that we stuck to, refusing to budge on, and we won it.